Are you sick of seeing your PayPal account empty every day? Have you tried everything you knew about affiliate marketing, but still not getting the desired results you wished for? Don't worry, because on this page, I'm going to provide you the solution to jumpstart your affiliate commission overnight. Presenting to you Commission Blueprint 2.0, the complete 20 step-by-step video training you'll ever need to generate massive affiliate commissions on a daily basis starting today. Here are just a few things you'll discover in this training. How to get started and build a profitable affiliate business by selling other people's products. The time-tested formula used by successful marketers to build a massive affiliate business empire within months. How to identify hot, in-demand products that will convert like crazy while making you a ton of money at the same time. How to build up a profitable mailing list that will keep buying whatever you promote to them. And so many more. For a limited time only, we're offering this complete 20 step-by-step video series at a massive discount today. So scroll down this page to learn more about this special offer.
Hello and welcome to List Building Tips for Affiliate Marketers, and in this video we're going to discuss step 1, which is finding the right product. And the first area or the first place online we're going to look is the ClickBank Marketplace. And one of the benefits you'll find with looking for a product in the ClickBank Marketplace is that there is a wide variety of niches that you can choose in order to market your business or to build a list in. And this is the first step that you want to do. You want to find a great product and one that converts well. Typically, you're talking about in ClickBank a $37 to $97 price point for the front-end product. And typically, you're talking about commissions that are typically going to be 50% to 75%. So let's take a look at ClickBank. Okay, so here we are in the ClickBank Marketplace, and what you want to do is go to www.clickbank.com. You want to take a look at the marketplace, and once you get to the marketplace, you want to then look for something that matches your general niche. So if you are looking at the dating niche, and that's the product we're going to be looking at during this tutorial, but we're going to take a look at the first steps anyway, as if you had not picked the product. And we would take a look at dating or relationships, and we're going to be looking for a number of different products. We want to see some gravity. We also want to see that there is some activity there. Okay, now you can sort the results by keyword relevance. You can sort by popularity or gravity, and gravity is sometimes a good thing to sort by. And when we sort by gravity, you're going to see, and this is actually going to be a product we're going to be working with during our course, Tao of Badass, and we're going to be looking at that particular product. You'll notice that when we sort by gravity, high to low, this is at the very top. So that's partly what makes it a great product to promote. And what we're going to do, of course, is we're going to click the promote button. When we do that, ClickBank is going to give us a link. You want to copy that link, and that is what you will then use to go to the next step. Okay, so it's pretty much simple as that. Again, we're going to be using this particular product throughout our course, but if you want to go look for your own product, you can do that at the ClickBank Marketplace. Okay, welcome back to List Building for Affiliate Marketers. And in this video, we're going to be discussing the next step, which is, really, we're still in step 1, where we're finding the right product. We're going to take a look at a different marketplace this time. Now, we are going to be using the Tao of Badass in our example. However, you might want to find a product for yourself to promote, or you might want to operate in a different market. If you are looking at a market that is business oriented or internet marketing oriented, you may want to look at the JVZoo Marketplace. We're going to take a look at that in a minute, and you can find products there that will probably suit your needs. Now, the products are going to be lower in value on average than the ClickBank Marketplace, probably $10 on the low end, $97 on the high end on average. And what you will be doing is you will be looking at products that are going to require the affiliate to approve you. It won't be like ClickBank. So you will not want to start the day of an affiliate launch. You won't want to start on the day of anything. You want to work ahead of time, and you want to get a little lead time, because sometimes the approval process might take some time to execute. You might need to get to know the marketer first in order to get them to approve you. So let's take a look at the JVZoo marketplace. Okay, we are now inside of the JVZoo marketplace, and you will be able to just go to the place inside of JVZoo. You'll have to set up an account, obviously. Now, I've already got an account set up with them. You'll have to set one up yourself, but setting an account up is free. And what you'll do is you're going to go to the affiliate section and you're going to click find products. It's going to bring you to the page that you're looking at right here. And what you want to do is you want to sort by different areas so you can see which one you might want to look at. If you want to find out what's launching next, you're going to want to click the launch button, and this will give you all of the products that are going to be launching next. And then what you may want to do is if you want to promote a product that you're going to be involved in the launch, well, you might want to get to know the product owner. You can do that by contacting them there. Or if you want to promote a product that has already been launched, then you can find one in here and you can promote it. And for the most part, all you're really going to do is you're going to click the request button, and then the affiliate or the product creator is going to get an email, and they're going to decide on whether or not to approve you or not. You might be required to send in some information or let them know exactly how it is you're going to promote, and it's probably a good idea for you to tell them when you're making the application. Okay, so that's pretty much the JVZoo marketplace. Once again, you can find a product there that is oriented toward internet marketing or offline marketing. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, welcome back to list building for affiliate marketers. And what we're going to do in this video is we're really still on step 1, and we're talking about the things that you are going to want to look for as you look for a product. Now, once again, it's instructive to remind you that throughout the course we're going to be using the Tao of Badass as the product that we're going to work with. However, these are steps that you're going to find helpful when you go to look to find your own product and go through this process yourself. So let's talk a little bit about what you're going to do. You typically want to look for info products. The commissions are always going to be higher. If you were to look at, let's say, selling physical products or becoming an affiliate of a product on Amazon, you're probably talking about 6 or 7%. You're going to get a lot higher commission if you use info products, and then really the effort is going to really still be the same. You also want to check the gravity when you go to either ClickBank or JVZoo. Now, JVZoo doesn't have gravity, but I'll show you what that means there. You're looking for a low refund rate if the product has not been launched already. You don't want to get a product that a lot of people are finding that they get to the inside and then they want to return it, or they don't like it. You want to look for a product that is at minimum $17 and 50%, right? And that's pretty much allows you to make $8.50 per sale, and that is probably going to be worth your time. Now, if you are going to look for a product that's going to be below $17, then you want to look for a higher commission. Okay, and now you want to look for a couple of different things. You want to look for affiliate tools, you want to look for upsells, and you want to look for continuity. In other words, the upsells are going to allow you to make more money at every sale. Continuity is going to allow you to make more money over the course of time. Continuity basically means that you can that your borrower or your buyer is going to make monthly payments, and you want to find out what portion of those monthly payments you're going to get. Are you going to get uh, maybe one or a portion of the first monthly payment, or are you also going to get a portion of all of the monthly payments? You want to check that out when you are signing up as an affiliate. And what you want to do is you want to look for real product reviews on the Warrior Forum. In particular, you should be able to find them in the product review section. We'll show you that here in a minute. If you can't find them in the product review section, or if your product or your or what you're marketing does not fall into the business or internet marketing niche, then you'll need to go to Google and you'll need to look for real product reviews for your product or the product that you're marketing. Okay, now I'm inside of JVZoo here, and we talked about a few of these things. You're going to notice that one of the things, and I'm going to pull this, here's the number that has been sold, the conversion rate, earnings per click, average price, the commissions, and the refund rate. Now I want to pull that down so you can see this. And you'll see that here's a product that's been selling pretty much. 1,000 copies have been sold. It's converting at 22%, which is pretty good. The earnings per click is going to be $1.74. So all these are things that you want to look for and compare other offers to, right? So you want to look at all the offers that you have to compare inside of the niche, and then you want to take the one that gives you the best opportunities to make money. The other thing is, as we said, you can go into ClickBank, go into the marketplace. We're going to take a look, and we're just going to sort by gravity. Once again, when we do that inside of dating, the Tao of Badass comes up. And again, you can take a look here at the data, and what that will do then is that'll give you a sense for how the product that you're considering to promote compares to other products. Now, once again, you can look inside of the Warrior Forum, and you'll see here is the internet product reviews and ratings. If you go inside of there, you will see some products being reviewed, and let's take a look at. Okay, so you'll see here there are various products that are being reviewed. If your product again is internet marketing or offline marketing, you can take a look in here to find out if yours or the one that you're considering buying is in here. You can take a look at some of the reviews. If you can't find them inside of the Warrior Forum, you still want to find reviews if you can, because what you don't want to do as an affiliate, you don't want to promote something and then have a lot of people return it and then have you paying back some of the money that you've already earned. Okay, so with that, thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, welcome back to List Building Tips for Affiliate Marketers, and in this video, we are going to take a look at what is an intermediate step. Now, we have just talked about in one of the previous videos, we talked about the fact that one of the things that you want to look for are tools, upsells, and rebills or continuity. And we want to take a look at those things within the product that we're going to be working with here in this course, which is the Tao of Badass. And so we're going to go back to ClickBank so that you can see a few things that you'll need to do when you start picking your own products. We talked about the fact that you want to look for affiliate tools, and affiliate tools are going to be those things, those graphics, sales copy swipes that will help you to sell, help you to write emails, help you to write your sales pages and landing pages and even your pre-sale page. You want to take a look and find out, remember again, that if the product has upsells, because again, this will help you to be able to earn more money with each sale. You want to find out if they're going to be rebillings. In other words, so the customer that you bring to this product creator, they're going to buy, and then the product creator does a good job of selling them into a continuity program so that they can continue their education. Once again, now with some product creators, they will pay you for each rebilling, and that is going to be good for you. And also, now what you want to do in order to find out about these things, even if you go to the marketplace first, I'll show you this here in a minute. you want to start at the JV page, and that is where the product creator gives you all the information about the product and how you can JV with them or how you can promote the product. Now, if you don't have a JV page, you can either look for one on Google or you can look for one in the marketplace or the ClickBank marketplace or the JVZoo marketplace. You can see if there's one there. But if not, one of the things you can always do is you can go to Google, type in the name of the product, and then put in the words JV to see if there is a JV page. Okay, now let's take a look at the marketplace in ClickBank. Okay, so taking a look at the Tao of Badass, one of the things you'll notice here inside of their description is they have a sign up for their affiliate program or sign up for the JV program. So what you can do is, now that you've determined, okay, they're paying 75%. Okay, the initial sale is going to be $53. There are rebillings. You can see the average rebill total, $158.94. And so what you can do is now you can take a look to see if this is something that you want to do. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to be working with this product anyway. So what we're going to do to check out some of these other things is to go to their JV page. We're just going to go straight there. And you'll notice that right from the start, you've got the JV page where they're telling you about the product here. Obviously, you're going to want to sign up because this is going to help you to be part of the affiliate contest. Now, they've already launched, but you can still get some pretty valuable information if you sign up there. And basically, they are really kind of giving you what you're going to be doing, and they're going to give you all of the all of the great things that you're going to be able to use as being their affiliate. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's sign up here for the affiliate program. Okay, so as soon as we sign up for the JV page, you'll notice that now you're going to be brought to the affiliate tools page. So you're going to then be able to get your affiliate link here. And remember now, we've got swipes and banners, reports, and blog posts. So we've got all the information about the product on the previous page, and then we've got all the affiliate tools that we need on this page. So we can put this same information into an autoresponder script if that's what we so choose. We can alter it in order to fit our particular list, but we've got some things here that will help us to sell the product. Now, sometimes they can be tested, and other times they can't. You'll have to definitely test your own. So you've got banners here, webinar swipes, opt-in swipes. You've got everything that you need here on the page in order to promote the product, and this will then help you to put together a dynamic affiliate campaign. And we're going to be using some of this material as we go forward by constructing squeeze pages to get ready to help us to build our list. And with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, welcome back to List Building for Affiliate Marketers. And in this video, we're going to be talking about what you're going to do to prepare your squeeze page. And in this step, there are going to be a couple of things that we want to give you an interview or an overview of as you go forward. Now, you want to create a page in order to collect names and email addresses. Now, what you're going to need is an HTML editor. Now, if you already have Dreamweaver as a paid product, then you're going to be fine. That will help you to edit the squeeze page templates that we've given you. The other thing that you can do if you don't have Dreamweaver or you don't want to go and get a paid program, you can use NVU, which is free. Now, there are going to be some limitations. However, you should still be able to complete what we're going to be doing with the squeeze page with NVU. Now, in terms of your squeeze page and how you're going to construct them, you've actually got templates in this package already. We're going to be displaying them here as we put a page together or show you how to put one together so you can use those very same templates in your business. And for the copy, don't have to worry about the copy. Now, in this case, one of the reasons why we chose the Tao of Badass is because they have affiliate tools that will help us to be able to write the copy when we put it on our squeeze page. So you can follow that same pattern as you look for products to promote, and you'll find that typically products that are selling typically give their affiliates the opportunity to promote and don't make them focus on things like copy where that might not necessarily be their area of expertise. And that is the case with this product. Now, because of that, you want to go through your copy ahead of time. You don't want to obviously edit your copy and write it at the same time. You want to write out your copy ahead. So we're going to take that step separately, and then we're going to go to the editor. So that's pretty much the way that you'll want to do that, so that if you're trying to do two things at once, it can be confusing, and you may get frustrated with trying to get your copy to look a certain way if it's not already written, and you will be slow to move on to each individual step. So it's best to go ahead and write out your copy ahead of time, and that is what we will be doing. And you also want to put together whatever your bribe or bait is going to be, or you want to know exactly what it will be so that you can describe it carefully on the squeeze page. Okay, so remember now, the essence of this is that you are not only providing the opportunity for them to purchase the product, you are also building your list at the same time. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, now in this video, what I want to do is show you how the squeeze page templates are going to operate. And you want to take a look at this before you start writing your copy, so that you don't write too much copy, so that you don't write enough. And you want to have a sense for how much you're going to have to put in there. Now, of course, you do want to have enough copy so that people will want to opt in, but you do want to have a sense for what you're going to be looking at. So you'll notice that I have one of the packages that you have in your in your purchase, and I've got it open. And what I'm going to do is, you'll notice I've got my Dreamweaver open. Now for you, that could mean that you have NVU open, and this is going to be the HTML editor that I'm going to use. So in order to get started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just right click this page, this HTML page, squeeze page 1, and you'll see that it says that I can open this with Adobe Dreamweaver, and so that is what I'm going to do, and then we'll take a look at each one to see which one we want to work with. Okay, so I'm inside of Dreamweaver, and you'll notice that you've got a basic squeeze page here. You've got your headline. You're going to have a place where you can put a video, and then you're going to have your opt-in code there. And of course, you're going to have your sub-headline and your bullets and your pre-headline. So what we're going to need is, we're going to need a pre-headline, we're going to need a main headline, a sub-headline, and we're going to need some bullets about what we're going to be giving up in the bribe. And of course, then if we either create a video, or perhaps there is a video in the tools, and we actually know that there is. So we're going to be taking a lot of those things from our affiliate tools. And this is a good place to just kind of talk about the fact that that's why we chose the title of Badass, and it probably has something to do with why it sells so well, is because it has the tools that you are going to need. Okay, so you now have just a general orientation of the squeeze page. Again, I'm using Dreamweaver, and it shows both sides. You might be using NVU or some other editor. It really doesn't matter. The editor is not the important thing. The important thing is that you're just able to get in there, make some changes based on the information that you are going to be putting in. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, welcome back to List Building for Affiliate Marketers. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the actual squeeze page copy that you're going to be writing. And if you recall, we need to go ahead and do the squeeze page copy before we start working inside of Dreamweaver. So what are we going to be doing with the squeeze page copy? Well, we need to come up with a headline. And as you remember, maybe you have taken some copywriting courses or read some copywriting books, but basically your headline needs to grab attention. It needs to be something that kind of grabs the reader by their throat and then also presents to them the main or the chief benefit of what your product is going to be offering. Now, in this particular case, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get them to opt in. So you're trying to give them the chief benefit of what they're going to get as soon as they opt in. And so you want to make sure that your headline really promises this and that you have something on the other side of that opt-in that's going to give them that benefit. So part of this is really going to be picking your bribe, which we'll talk about here in a minute. You want to make sure that you add in whatever your bribe's benefits are, and we call those bribe bullets. You're going to have that inside of your, inside of your copy there, and then you're also going to have both a pre-headline and sub-headline, and we're going to take a look at that because really we're going to take this information from the affiliate tools because this is what they're actually going to get. We've actually got access to a report that the Tao of Badass is going to give us. We're going to give them that opt-in report, and we're going to use that in order to attract people who are interested in dating into our marketing funnel. So basically, we're really using the affiliate tools. They've got great copy, and we're using those affiliate tools in order to attract them into our funnel without having to write a lot of copy or anything like that. So let's go and grab this information from the affiliate tools. Okay, so we're inside of the affiliate tools area. So what are we going to give away? Well, they actually have a branded report here. Some of these are bonus for buyers, but we can use the use for anyone attraction flowchart, and let's just take a look at it to just get a sense for what folks are going to be getting. Of course, we can just go ahead and download that. We'll pull that up now here. Okay, so what they're going to get when they opt into our list is they're going to get this play-by-play attraction guide, and it's going to be brandable. So if they click the link, it's going to go to our affiliate link. But what we're doing is we're leveraging the copy in order to help people to come into our marketing funnel. So we're really going to be giving this report away. It's already done for us, and we don't have to do anything with it. It's going to show guys how to date better. Right? So we just want to make sure that our copy does that. Of course, what's going to happen is as soon as they click this link inside here, they're going to end up going inside of the other marketing funnel, right? They're going to end up inside of the folks who do the Tao of Badass. But we really still will have their we'll still have their email address. We'll still be able to email them, and then we'll still be able to provide value to them, right? So let's go to the next step. So okay, so that's our report, the play-by-play attraction guide. So let's go and get the rest of our copy here. Okay, so remember we need a pre-headline, a headline, a sub-headline, some text, and some bullets. So those are the things that we're looking for in order to do our copy ahead of time. So let's now take a look at the affiliate tools here. Okay, to get our pre-headline and our headline, we can probably use any of these PPC ads or the solo or classified ads. Weird Trick Discovered will help you to get girls without traveling. Okay, so this will probably fit our opt-in, right? That'll fit our report, right? Our attraction guide. So we can probably just take this as it is. So let's just take this, and then we're going to put that into our headline section. Okay, so that's now in our headline section. Well, let's go back and see if we can find a short pre-headline. Okay, these PPC ads, they're typically pretty good. We can use any one of these as long as they're relative to what the people are going to get when they opt in. We could just say, do you want to date hotter women? So we could just take this one at the top and we'll turn that into our pre-headline. I'm going to copy that one. And we're going to do here is I'm going to drop that one in there. We're not going to use the whole thing, but okay, we've got our pre-headline. We still need a sub-headline, main text, and bullets. Okay, so we can probably take one of these for our for our sub-headline, and we'll probably need maybe another one of these for the for our main text. So let's take a couple of these. I'm going to take the ones that are a little more general. Instantly attract girls. We'll take that one. Okay, so we've got a subheadline. We can see if we can use a main text, and that'll help us to write our bullets. And we can just take any one of these. Maybe we'll take this one. Okay, so we've got some main text there, and then we'll just add in our bullets based on the, we'll add in our benefit bullets based on the actual report. And we can really take this straight from the guide. We've got our guide here. This is what they're going to get. And we could take this and just take it right from there. We can call this a say they're going to get the play-by-play attraction guide, and then we can just take this benefit here. Ever been chatting it up with a chick? And just take me home and time me to the bed now. So we can add that to the squeeze page there, and that'll be our pretty much our benefit bullet. If we want to add another one here, we could do this one. Here's a benefit. Find the nearest hot girl that you'd like to get attracted to you. So again, we're not talking about what they're going to learn in here. We're talking about what's going to happen when they learn it, right? So what's the benefit of learning what they're going to learn in this report? That's what we want to put on the squeeze page, because that will really psychologically get them to want to opt in and get the report. So we can just take this information and we'll just add it straight from here. I don't think we can cut and paste this, so we'll just have to write this in. Okay, so we've got all our information here. I'm going to make sure we differentiate these things so we'll know. We just won't want to get them. We don't want to get them mixed up there. I'm just going to change this. And don't worry, because it's not necessarily going to go into the. It's not necessarily going to go in there like that. So we'll just change that. Okay, so we've got our copywriting, and the bullets are going to come from the guide. So now we can go to the squeeze page. Okay, so with that, this video is getting a little long, so we will now go to the next video and we'll actually enter this information into our squeeze page. Okay, now in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to take all of the files from your squeeze page template, and we're going to upload them to your website. Now, you're going to notice that I have the directory here, Dating for Dudes, and the reason I have that directory is because this is a domain that I use in order to practice. Now, you are going to put everything into the root domain. Now, I'm going to create a directory for this. Okay, so just so you'll know, you're going to be doing this a little differently. Everything I'm going to be doing, you're going to be putting into the public dash or the public underscore HTML folder. I'm going to be putting it into the Dating for Dudes folder. So what I do there, you'll need to do in the public underscore HTML folder. Okay, so now, that being said, what we're going to do is I'm going to take those files that I altered, and I used the squeeze page template. I mean, you've got a couple there. I used the ones that just say squeeze page templates, and you can do pretty much the same thing that I've done. Now, here's what I am going to do. Just for simplicity, I'm going to take all these files and I'm just going to upload them to Dating for Dudes. Okay, and you can use um, any FTP software. Now, in this case, I'm using the FTP software FileZilla, right? So you can use FileZilla also. So if you want to find FileZilla, I think that there's a link down there in your in your PDF. It's a free program. If you Google it, FileZilla, you'll be able to find it fairly easily. Okay, so now when I do that, sometimes it doesn't show up right away. So then I'll just click the file button so we can see it. Okay, so now all of the all the files are there. So now what you'll notice is now you've got all these files here, and they're sort of named something that the web will not recognize. And you really could stand to delete all the ones that you're not going to use. So what we're going to do is I'm going to change this one, which is the one that we saved, and I called it real so I'll know what it was. I'm going to change the name of that to index, right? And that will make it so that the web will recognize this as the page in that directory in order to pull up the file there. I'm going to actually delete these, right? Since I'm not going to be using them, they're on my hard drive. I'm going to take them off of my server. Okay, so now I've got everything there. I've got indexed page. I've got my images there. So now I'm really ready to go. So all I really need to do is we need to just test our URL to make sure it's looking right. So I'm going to test out my Dating for Dudes folder here. Okay, so you'll see my squeeze page here. It's now on the web. And one thing I don't really like, I don't necessarily like there's too much of a gap here, and I don't like that. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to shorten this back to your email for free access. And I probably should not have added that. So I'm going to take those two things out, and I'm going to take this out. And what we're going to do is then we will have I think is a more even squeeze page, and I think it'll be a little neater not having all this white space here at the bottom. So to do that, I'm going to go inside of my template here in Dreamweaver, and what we'll do is we'll take this additional information, we'll take this out. Okay, that's definitely one thing that we will do. And then what we'll probably do is we're going to take this image, and I think we're going to move that image, out. So let's just take that image out and see if we have a more even squeeze page here. Okay, so now we've got our this is a little more even. There's not as much white space at the bottom, so now we've got all our information here. Now, the only other thing that you want to pay attention to is you do have some essential pages down here. You have an earnings disclaimer, a terms and conditions, privacy policy, and you want to make sure that these terms are different. You want to change these things based on your being able to put some essential pages in there, and then once you do that, your squeeze page is going to be ready to go. So you are on the web, and you are now ready to start receiving visitors who are going to put their name and email address in here in order to get your free report, in order to start building your list. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, now in this video, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get a domain name, and you've got a link at the bottom of this video, or you've got a link there on your PDF where you can go to Namecheap, and Namecheap is probably going to be the most cost-effective way to get a domain name. And what you're going to do, of course, is you're going to just look for one that is in your niche. We're in the dating niche, so we're going to find a dating-oriented niche. Now, you don't have to use the word dating because we're not necessarily looking to do this on the basis of keywords. You want to get something that's going to make people, it's going to be memorable. You want to make sure you get something where people are going to know what the domain name means. So in other words, you don't want to get something, if it's about dating, you don't want to get something about toys or something like that. So we're gonna find a domain name here, and we'll look here in Namecheap. So we'll try a few things and let's see what we can come up with. Okay, so you can try whatever one that you like. I put in here Dating Secrets for Dudes. It's available, so we could do that one if we wanted to. So you really just want to play around with Namecheap. You want to play around with the domain name. You're probably talking about $10 in order to get a domain name. Now, you can do the very same thing inside of GoDaddy. GoDaddy is fairly cost effective. You can do that, and you can do pretty much the same thing. You're gonna do your search here. And once you find a domain name and you find one that you like, then you will be ready to set up your website. So what we want to do now is we want to take a look at getting some hosting, and then we will move right along in terms of getting this website set up. Okay, now in this video, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to do this bonus video so that I can show you, just in case you don't know how to connect your hosting and your domain name. And you'll notice here on the inside of my GoDaddy, you may have already purchased HostGator. It really doesn't matter. You're going to have to go through the same process anyway. And so all I'm going to do here is I'm going to just launch one of my domain names so that I can show this to you. Okay, so now we're inside of one of the domain names, and what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to find out from your hosting what their name servers are, and then what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to change your name servers to whatever theirs are, right? So in this case, you'll see that these name servers, these are actually on the GoDaddy server. Right? It just means that my domain name hasn't been updated. What you'll need to do is you'll need to go inside of the panel of your domain name, and then you'll need to manage this to change these name servers to whatever your server has for them. And then that will actually connect your domain name to your hosting. And then once you have your hosting connected, then you will then be able to access the files or access the cPanel or whatever it is that you need to do to get your website going. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, now in order to get access to your files, you're going to need to be able to access the files on your server. And the best way to do that is to pick up a free program called FileZilla, and you'll see it right there. If you go Google FileZilla, it'll be the first thing to come up. FileZilla, the free FTP solution. You're going to click that link, and then when you click that link, you're going to be given the opportunity to either use the server or the client, and you're going to use the FileZilla client, and you want to download that to your hard drive. And then you want to install it. Now, once you do that and you get FileZilla installed, you're going to need some information from your server company. You're going to need, now, obviously, you'll know what your domain name is. They're going to give you a username to get access to all of your files on your server. Now, you'll need to get that again from the server company. They will either issue you a password, or you'll have to create one that you'll be able to remember. And then once you have this information, you'll then be able to log in to your to your website's files, or to its back office, so that you can upload files to it. Okay, now you're going to look and you're going to see some folders that are down here. And what you're going to be using here in this particular case is you're going to be using the public HTML folder. And if you're going to use this domain for only your squeeze page, you're going to put all your files into the public HTML folder. Okay, so that's pretty much what you're going to do. And now if you're going to use a directory, you'll simply right click and then create a certain directory if you're going to put your product there, if you're going to be using this domain for several products, which you can do. I mean, that's certainly a viable option, but this will now give you access to all of your files, and it'll allow you to upload those files to FileZilla. So let me kind of show you what you're going to do once you log in. And I'm going to create a directory here called Dating for Dudes, and that's where I'm going to be putting my squeeze page. Now, once again, your squeeze page is going to be probably within the domain itself. You're not going to have to create a separate directory. Okay, you're going to see some other files there because I've got some other activity in this domain, but mainly you're going to see that I created this subdomain, or this subdirectory called Dating for Dudes, and that's where I'm going to upload all of my all of my squeeze page files to. Okay, so then once you've done this, you are now ready to start taking the squeeze page template files that you have been editing, and you're ready to start uploading them to your server. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, now in this video, we're going to go ahead and get hosting. You've got a link right down there in your PDF, as well as in the members area on the download page, and it will take you to HostGator. And this is going to be a squeeze page, and there's not going to be a lot of activity on it, so you don't really have to get a big or a large capacity space for hosting. If you want to just do the unlimited web hosting here, their cheapest plan, we'll go to their shared hosting, and for the most part, you can use their cheaper plan for this. And I think they've got one here, and I guess this is a sale pricing. I think this is $3.96 a month. That's probably going to be perfect, and that's all you need. Now, the thing about HostGator is it's going to have cPanel. It's going to have where you're going to be able to add WordPress if you want to. So what you'll do is you'll just go ahead and you'll fill in the information. Now, if you already have a HostGator account and you're already set up, that's great, and you can get your hosting here and then set your hosting to the domain. So we will come back in the next video, and then we will move on in the setup process. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is to go and get your autoresponder account set up, and you can get one at GetResponse, and you have a link conveniently down there in both your PDF as well as close to the video. All you got to do is click that link, and it will take you to this page in order to get started. Now, what you'll want to do is you can go ahead and do a 30-day trial, and that'll help you to get started making a little money, and then you'll be able to start paying your GetResponse bill pretty much on a regular basis. You definitely do want to have an autoresponder. You'll need that in order to build a list, and this is the very best place in order to do that. So once you have started your free trial, then you'll be ready to go to the inside of GetResponse. So I'm going to assume that you're going to go ahead and do that now. and then I'm going to pick it up now that we are going to do some things with the autoresponder code and get it into our web page. Okay, so now we're inside of GetResponse, and so what we're going to do is we're going to create a new campaign. We're going to call this Dating for Dudes. I think I've got to make this all one word. Okay, so now our campaign was successfully created. Now, what we're going to need to do is, now that we are inside of GetResponse, we're going to want to create a form, right? So what we're going to need to do is we're going to use that form, obviously, to take the code and put it inside of our autorespond, or inside of our squeeze page. So let's go ahead and create a new form here. Now, in general, you're going to want to keep the plainest form that you can. Now, the thing about this, you'll notice it's got this little checkered background here. That means that the background is transparent. And since we're going to be putting this inside of our squeeze page, it's really ideal. So let's click apply here. And then you've got a transparent background, and you've got the name and email address and sign up. If you want to take some of this out, you can. Whatever you want to do with this form, you can do that. Typically, when you're going to add it inside of something like that there, you can go ahead and just kind of delete some of this stuff. So I'm going to take some of this stuff out of here. And I can do that by just taking this button. I can take the header out, so we don't have that. I can take the footer out, so we don't have that. I can take the powered by, so we don't have that. And so what we have now pretty much is we have a basic form. And you don't really have to put in there that we respect your privacy. I leave that out. Again, I like this to be as plain as possible. So now, that being said, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to go to the next step here. And now we want to give our web form a name. And we're going to call this, that's going to try to give it one. We're just going to call this Dating for Dudes 1, our first form. Now, confirmed opt-in means that you're going to do double opt-in, so they've got to confirm in order to get onto your list. You generally want to do that. Subscription by Facebook, we're going to leave that off, and we're going to keep this simple. The default thank you page, that's if you want them to go to GetResponse once they've actually confirmed. And for the most part, again, this is going to be easy. If you want to add a face and voice and all the other things, but for the most part, these things are a little more advanced. If you want to do that, if you know how to do that, you can. We're just going to keep this again very simple, and we're going to go to the next step. Okay, so now we've got our form basically now, right? And we can either use the HTML or we can use the JavaScript, either one. Now, if you use the JavaScript, obviously, you make changes to the form and GetResponse. Those same changes will be reflected then on your web page. So for now, we're just going to take this code, and we're going to go to the squeeze page now. And with that, we're going to stop this video here. And now that we have our code and our JavaScript and our HTML here, we're going to now add this to our squeeze page, and then we're actually going to do the video also there too. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, now we are back in our squeeze page inside of Dreamweaver, and what we're going to do is we're going to add in the opt-in code. Okay, so you'll notice there that if we highlighted this code here, you'll see it inside of the actual HTML code, and that they've got that there so that you'll be able to clearly place it inside of the right place. So all we're going to do is we're going to go inside of the code. We're going to highlight where it says opt-in code, and we're going to delete that code. And then we've already copied our JavaScript, so we're going to add it this way. Okay, so now what we have here is hopefully we'll be able to have the name and email address added in here. Now you're not going to see it inside of your HTML editor. And what you may want to do is you may want to say you may want to add to this free access to the PDF attraction guide or to the attraction guide, and we can do that. Okay, so now that we have the right information inside of our squeeze page, the only other thing that we need to do is we need to go to the video, and I'm going to show you that in the next video, and we're going to add that portion to our squeeze page, and then we'll be ready to upload. So with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, now in this video, what you want to do is, what you can do is you have a couple of options here. You can add an autoplay video here if you already have one that's going to make people want to opt into your list. Now the problem if you were to get the video from the affiliate tools area is it's really going to brand this with the Tao of Badass, and they can really then leave your squeeze page and then go straight to the the Tao of Badass. Now, if you have a video that is going to be a little more generic and it's going to encourage people to want to get your report and not go to the Tao of Badass, then you can do that. And as is always, you're going to have to test it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to just get an image here. What I've done is I've just clicked on this particular screen. It's an elongated rectangle. It's 219 by 350, right? So we basically need an image that's going to be 219 by 350. We're going to then put the image where this image is already, and then we'll just substitute that, and then that'll be our image. If you want to go and get an image from some place called xsc.hu, you can do that, and you can get one where the subject of the image is in the goal position. So here's one where the guy's already dating, has already found his woman. That's probably a good one, right? You want to get one where the guy's already accomplished his goal. That's what you want to show. So we would just download this. We take this image, and then we would download it and then resize it to 219 by 350. Right now it's 1943 by 1457. So what I'll do is I'll just download this now, and I'll show you how to resize it with tools that are on your computer already. Okay, so now I've opened up the image, I've downloaded it, I'm opening it up in the free program that's on my Microsoft computer. You probably got one if you're using the Mac. And this is the Paint program that comes with every PC. I'm just going to click resize, and what we're going to do is we're not going to maintain the aspect ratio. We have something specific that we want to do, so we're going to do 219 by 350. Actually, I think this is the 219 that goes down here, and the horizontal is 350. And what it's going to do is it's going to resize then. Actually, I think we might have done percentage when we, let's hit the resize again. Oh, we want to do pixels. Okay. So we'll now do 350. We're not going to maintain the aspect ratio. We're going to do 219. Okay, still shows okay. So now we're just going to save this. And it's already a GIF, so we could save this as a GIF, or we can just change this to, we can just change the, we can change the designation inside of the of Dreamweaver. So we'll save this as, we'll save this as a PNG file. Okay, so now we're done with Paint. We're done with the photo viewer. Now we're going to grab that photo and put it inside of Dreamweaver. Okay, so here's our dating photo. And we're going to go ahead and we're just going to add this to the images. We're going to take that PNG file and we're going to add that to the images, dating.png. Okay, so now our photo is there. And so now what we need to do is to go back to Dreamweaver and we need to change the designation inside of Dreamweaver. And so this is the file we're going to do. We're just going to call this dating.png. Okay, we've already got the sizing there. Okay, so there's our photo. Right, so we've got, so now we're not, we're not pressed about the video. If we want to put a video there, we can. We've got an image there. We've got one that goes with our squeeze page, and we are now ready to go. Our opt-in code will be there when we actually upload the file to our server. Okay, so now our squeeze page is complete, and we can now upload to our web server. With that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, now in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to take all of the files from your squeeze page template, and we're going to upload them to your website. Now, you're going to notice that I have the directory here, Dating for Dudes. And the reason I have that directory is because this is a domain that I use in order to practice. Now, you are going to put everything into the root domain. Now, I'm going to create a directory for this. Okay, so just so you'll know, you're going to be doing this a little differently. Everything I'm going to be doing, you're going to be putting into the public dash or the public underscore HTML folder. I'm going to be putting it into the Dating for Dudes folder. So what I do there, you'll need to do in the public underscore HTML folder. Okay, so now, that being said, what we're going to do is I'm going to take those files that I altered. And I used the squeeze page template. I mean, you've got a couple there. I used the ones that just say squeeze page templates, and you can do pretty much the same thing that I've done. Now, here's what I am going to do. Just for simplicity, I'm going to take all these files, and I'm just going to upload them to Dating for Dudes. Okay, and you can use any FTP software. Now, in this case, I'm using the FTP software FileZilla. Right, so you can use FileZilla also. So if you want to find FileZilla, I think that there's a link down there in your in your PDF. It's a free program. If you Google it, FileZilla, you'll be able to find it fairly easily. Okay, so now when I do that, sometimes it doesn't show up right away. So then I'll just click the file button so we can see it. Okay, so now all of the all the files are there. So now what you'll notice is now you've got all these files here, and they're sort of named something that the web will not recognize. And you really could stand to delete all the ones that you're not going to use. So what we're going to do is I'm going to change this one, which is the one that we saved, and I called it real so I'll know what it was. I'm going to change the name of that to index, right? And that will make it so that the web will recognize this as the page in that directory in order to pull up the file there. I'm going to actually delete these, right? Since I'm not going to be using them, they're on my hard drive. I'm going to take them off of my server. Okay, so now I've got everything there. I've got indexed page. I've got my images there. So now I'm really ready to go. So all I really need to do is we need to just test our URL to make sure it's looking right. So I'm going to test out my Dating for Dudes folder here. Okay, so you'll see my squeeze page here. It's now on the web. And one thing I don't really like, I don't necessarily like there's too much of a gap here, and I don't like that. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to shorten this back to enter your email for free access. And I probably should not have added that. So I'm going to take those two things out, and I'm going to take this out. And what we're going to do is then we will have what I think is a more even squeeze page, and I think it'll be a little neater not having all this white space here at the bottom. So to do that, I'm going to go inside of my template here in Dreamweaver, and what we'll do is we'll take this additional information, we'll take this out. Okay, that's definitely one thing that we will do. And then what we'll probably do is we're going to take this image, and I think we're going to move that image, out. So let's just take that image out and see if we have a more even squeeze page here. Okay, so now we've got our, this is a little more even. There's not as much white space at the bottom, so now we've got all our information here. Now, the only other thing that you want to pay attention to is you do have some essential pages down here. You have an earnings disclaimer, a terms and conditions, privacy policy, and you want to make sure that these terms are different. You want to change these things based on your being able to put some essential pages in there, and then once you do that, your squeeze page is going to be ready to go. So you are on the web, and you are now ready to start receiving visitors who are going to put their name and email address in here in order to get your free report, in order to start building your list. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, welcome back to List Building Tips for Affiliate Marketers. And in this video, what we're going to do is discuss your email campaign. Now, you're obviously going to have people to opt into your page once you start getting traffic, and you're going to want to write emails that will help you to convert those visitors into dollars. Now, the way that you're going to do that is you're basically going to make sure that you have 3 to 4 content-based lessons just based on your bonus, right? So in this particular case, we're working with the Tao of Badass, so we want to have lessons on dating, and we really want to have them as closely aligned with the product as we can. Now, you're not always going to be able to have that when you're promoting a product, and specifically within the niche that you are going to have. Sometimes you'll either need to write them yourself, or and sometimes you might even have to buy some other content. But in this particular case, they've given us some content, and we are going to use it. It's actually going to be one of the tips I'm going to suggest to you. Now, you're going to want to get good article content. You can get that from eZine Articles or some of the other services out there. But what you're trying to do is to provide your subscribers with good information that will, again, make them want to click the link to the product and buy with your affiliate link. Um, and we are going to use the affiliate tools. As I said, I'm going to show you those in a minute, but just so that you'll know, you do want to find high converting products with affiliate tools. They tend to do very well. You're not always going to be able to get that with the products you're going to products you're going to promote. Now, we're going to be talking about in our emails. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about what they're learning and what else they can expect to see. And what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to follow your link in order to get that something else, right? So if they like what they're learning and they really want to get into it, then yeah, the tone of your email is you want to make sure that they know that there's more to come, but they've got to go to the link, and they've got to go to the sales page. Okay, now the general pattern is you can do one lesson every day. I mean, if you have 5 or 6 or so, or you can do one lesson every 3 to 4 days, and that will do. If you have a few lessons and you don't really have a lot, and you don't want to spread it out too much over time, but if you only have a few, you can use them kind of every other day or every other 2 days. And in general, you want to focus on one product at a time. So in this case, you're going to be opting people in to the Tao of Badass set of products. Now, if we don't have a buyer, right? If the buyer doesn't buy, then we want to be able to continue to market to them, right? We want them to continue to receive dating offers until they find the right one. So we're going to assume that not everybody's going to buy. So so we're going to focus on one product at a time in our series of emails. When that series of emails is completed, then we can go back to providing information, and then we can go to we can then start to focus on another product if we want. So let's take a look at doing a few emails here. Okay, now we're at the Tao of Badass, and as I said, if you're using this product, you're fortunate because they've done a lot of the copy for you. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that the copy is going to convert for you. You'll have to test that out, but you do have email copy to start with, and you can use this copy as part of your emails. They call this their opt-in swipe, and it's going to be called something different in any product that actually has these tools. The first thing that you want to do, of course, is you want to do a thank you email, and you want to thank them, and then deliver what you said you're going to deliver. You want to have them to get that immediately, and then what you can do is you can start with these emails that have been put together by the product creator with your with your domain name there, or with your affiliate link, right? And so what you're going to do is you're going to set these up inside of your autoresponder. I'm going to say once every other day, or once every day. And then as they start to get these emails, hopefully they will start clicking the link to check out the actual product. So I'm going to go through the process of just putting one of these swipe emails into our autoresponder so that you'll know what that looks like. So I'm going to copy this entire first swipe here. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to go to my autoresponder series. Okay, so now I'm back inside of GetResponse. I'm going to go to the message section, and then I'm going to go to create autoresponders. Okay, we are now inside of the autoresponder, and what we're going to do here is we are going to just click create a new email. And we're going to put our swipe right on the initial put our swipe into the copy box here. But what we're going to first need to do is we're going to just title this dating for dudes. This is not customers not going to see this now. The subject line, we do want to make sure that we know we have a subject line that our list is going to want to see and then click on. So let's check out the subject line that they had in the Tao of Badass, and it's how to respond to buy me a drink. Okay, curious you should be. We can just take that as it is. Okay, so we've got our subject in there. We're going to go ahead and go to the next step. And what I'm going to suggest that you do is I'm going to suggest that you just use a template that is plain. So we're going to use the start from scratch template here. Just click that link. Okay, then we're just going to use a plain template. You can click use template here, the blank one there. That's going to bring us to this page inside of GetResponse, and what we're going to do is we're going to slide the text box over so that we can put our text in there. And then we're going to cut and paste our email copy into the box. Okay, so now we've got our information in there. We're going to clean up all the things that don't need to be there. Okay, now again, remember now this is our order link, and that order link is probably a little ugly, and you're not necessarily going to want to use that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you in a separate video how to make a better looking link there. And you can do that very easily with a couple of link cloakers, or you can also use a link shortener. Now, I'm going to suggest that you don't use a link shortener because sometimes spam filters, they will read all of the link shorteners as a spam, and then they will not deliver your email. So there is another way to do it using some link cloaking techniques, which we will show you in another video. It's probably beyond the scope of this one, and this one is getting kind of long. So the only other thing that I think we need to do is I need to show you how to personalize the email. So to do that inside of GetResponse, we're going to push this button down here in our editing field. That's going to give us a list of things that we can do. I'm going to scroll through these things. You're going to see it's going to appear up here. And what we want is the first name. And that should now be in our email. So it's going to say, hey, first name. Okay, which will be their first name. It will be, hey, John, or whatever they put into the email box. And then that'll be the first email that they receive. And so what you're also going to want to do is once you do that is you're going to want to write in your name here. And as I said, we're going to make a prettier link than this. But we're going to copy all this now. And we're going to put all of that into the same. We're going to also put this into the plain text format. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go to plain text. And we're going to put the same information in there. Sometimes I'll click wrap long lines, but that's not necessary inside of GetResponse. It's already responsive to mobile devices. I'm going to click close. Okay, so now once we've done that is now we have already set up our first email. We're going to repeat the process for each email. Now, when do we want to have this email sent? Well, we want to have it probably sent. We want to probably have it sent. We're going to say we want to have it sent immediately. But what we're going to do is, if you recall, we still have not delivered our bribe to the individual. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this the actual email that we're sending on day 1, and then we're gonna actually do another email for day 0. Right. So now in the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and set up our first day email so that they will get what we promised them, and we're going to go ahead and upload that document to the to our server. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, I'm going to do a little bonus video here for you, and I'm going to show you how you can cloak some affiliate links. Now, you'll notice that I'm inside of a WordPress installation, so any place where you have a WordPress site, if you want to install one just to use as a dummy site, you can do that, because what you're going to do here is you're going to use a plugin called affiliate link cloaking. Right, and so all you really need to do if you want to find affiliate link cloaking, you're just going to click the Add New plugin, and you want to type in affiliate link cloaking. Affiliate link cloaking, and you're going to see it right here. Here's the one that I use, and now I've already got it installed. So if you just want to click the install button or install now, what that's going to do is that's going to take you to the link cloaking section. And what you're going to do here now is you're going to add a new link. And then what you're going to add there is you're going to then you're going to create a better looking link. So in this particular case, we're going to maybe call this one dating for dudes. And you're going to put your affiliate link inside of there. So instead of having that affiliate link, that long, ugly affiliate link, you're going to take that affiliate link, copy it, put it inside of the link cloaking, click Add Link, and then it's going to become part of your association of links. And then, so all you're going to really do, then you're going to copy this link into your email. Right, so as you type your email out, you are going to include that email, that link in the email. So now I'm going to go back here, and every place where I've got that long ugly link, I'm going to put in my Dating for Dudes. And so that makes a better looking link. So you can do that with any WordPress site on any um, any installation that you're doing. You can put in that Dating for Dudes, and you'll be able to use that, and that's going to look a lot better and make it a lot more clickable. Okay, so that's how you cloak an affiliate link, and I hope that this was helpful for you. Okay, now in this video, we're going to get our first or our thank you email set up. We're going to get it uploaded to GetResponse. Now, we have our play-by-play attraction guide. That's the special report that they're going to get when they opt in. So I've uploaded this to my Dating for Dudes directory. You'll see it there. And that's all you're going to have to do. Just give it a place where you can find it. And what you want to do then is you want to copy this URL. And then that's going to be the URL that you want to put inside of your link cloaking program. Now, if you have questions about link cloaking, there is a video, a bonus video here that will show you how to set up a link cloaking program. The benefit of this is that you're going to have a link that is going to be a lot better and a lot shorter and more clickable than if you just use the link that is given to you in the affiliate tools. Okay, so now we have our URL, we have set up our cloaking link, and so now we're going to take a look at the actual email. Okay, so here's the email. Hello, first name, and that's just the personalization. And we've got a little thank you note here. And what we're going to do is we're going to now put a link in here. Now we've got a link in there for them to click on. And now we can then put this email as the first one in our series. Now, the rest of the emails are going to give them more information about dating. This one is just a way of saying thank you and introducing them to the fact that they're going to get more emails. They are getting this opt-in report. Now, the opt-in report is going to have a link in it. So if they read the opt-in report, they're going to have a clickable link. Now, one other thing that you can do is you can put your affiliate link into your signature. And really, if you're going to be promoting affiliate products, you probably want to do that, and you want to do that on a regular basis. Now, the other thing about this is, of course, if you're branding a particular domain name, you want to put your domain name in there in your signature. Okay, so now all we have to do is we have to take this information and put it inside of our autoresponder. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy this. Okay, so now we're back in the time-based feature, and we want to start this message with day 0. So we're going to, on day 0, we're going to deliver our thank you email. We want it to come immediately. And so we're going to create a new email, and we are then going to just call this thank you email. And we're going to put our subject line in there. Thanks for signing up with Dating for Dudes. Plus your attraction guide. Now, one thing you could do is you could just say download your attraction guide, because they may or may not be interested in the fact that they've signed up for your list. And so it may be best for you to go ahead and just write in download your attraction guide. They should be looking for that. Then we're going to type in, we're going to go to the next step here and get response. Okay, we're going to get the plain template from the start from scratch area. We're going to drag in our text box here. Okay, once we have our text box in place, what we're going to do, of course, is we're going to then copy and paste our message. And we'll probably want the spacing a little better. Okay, so now we've got our opt-in report there, and we're ready to get started. And this message is going to now be sent immediately upon them opting in to your list. We want to then take this entire email, copy it. We want to also put it into plain text. Okay, you're pretty much always going to do this. We'll click wrap long lines, click close. Then we'll go on to the next step. And now our email should be ready to be published. So then we'll now click Save and Publish. And so now our email on day 0 is going to go out. Then we've got an email ready to go out on day 1 right after that, right, which will be our first one. And so all we do now is we're going to create the rest of the series and input them into the dates. And one thing that I do want to show you is you can alter the dates in here as to when you want them to be sent out. So let's take a look at that for a second here. Now, when we come back to the screen, if we don't want this message to be sent out after the thank you, we can change this to day 3, day 2, day 5. Whenever you want the second email to go out, that's what you're going to change it to. We're going to make it so that this email goes out on day 1, but again, it really depends on how you want to set up your marketing funnel, and this will go on at the very same clock time that they signed up on, and then but it'll go out on day 1. Okay, they're going to get the first message on day 0, which is our thank you note. The next day, they're going to get the email that we've already set up. And that's how you're going to set up the rest of your emails if you want to set them up one day in advance, or if you one day in the future, 2 days in the future, however you want to do it. You can easily do that inside of Get Response. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Okay, welcome back to List Building for Affiliate Marketers. And in this video, we're going to talk about your email campaign. I'm going to give you a sense for how we're going to be doing this with the Tao of the Badass, as well as what you can do in the future. Now, in terms of the email campaign, we are, as I said, we're going to be using their affiliate tools in order to put together our campaign. And for the most part, we're just going to cut and paste what they've given us, and that's going to make it easy for us. Now, obviously, you are not always going to have affiliate tools that are going to be that explicit. They're not always going to be that good, and so you will have to have some basic principles in place, and that's what we're going to do in this video. Now, one of the things that is recommended that you do, make sure that you can use a shortened and cloaked affiliate link. And in any campaign you do, you want to create 5 or 10 lessons. Really, the right number is typically going to be 6 or 7. Okay, whether or not you decide to deliver those lessons for an entire week, 1 for each day, or you decide to do it over 2 weeks, but you should really do about 5 to 10 lessons, and the right number is 6 or 7. Now, you want to make sure you track your open rates and click-throughs. You can do that with GetResponse or Aweber. You want to make sure that you are looking at who's opening your email or how often they're opening it, because that's what's going to help you to determine whether or not you're going to change your subject lines. If people are not opening your email and they're not reading it or they're not clicking on the links, you'll use that information in order to make adjustments. Now, there are a couple of different formulas for you to use for your follow-up emails. So considering that we've already put together our first email, which is our thank you email, there are a couple of different ways that you can do this. You can use the eCourse formula, which is basically where you're going to create lessons based on what you're selling, and then you're going to put the link in your signature. Now you'll have to have a really good grasp on what the product is doing, and you'll be writing emails based on how it really is going to work in other people's lives. So you'll be designing lessons, right? And some of those lessons, of course, you can get from the affiliate tools or from the actual course, but this is a little more difficult and a little more advanced. Now you can use the article formula, which you can get PLR articles on the subject matter. So for instance, we're doing a dating product. We would get some PLR articles on dating, and we would provide that information in our autoresponder follow-up. We're going to put the link either in our signature or throughout the email for people to be able to get the benefit from what we are showing them in the email, right? So there's an article formula. Now there is also the direct response formula, and pretty much you're going to design the emails to sell the product. And then after you have exhausted what you're going to do with that particular product, then you're going to move on to education of your list until you decide to start promoting another product, and you're going to put another product into your follow-up. Okay, so the direct response formula. So since the eCourse formula is fairly straightforward, and the article formula pretty straightforward, we're going to get that information from either the product or from the PLR. We're going to talk a little bit about the direct response formula right now. And with the direct response formula, one of the things that you're going to want to think about, probably from the beginning, is, as we said, you're going to want to do about 6 emails total. And I'm going to tell you what those emails are going to be. I'm going to tell you about the content of those emails right now. Now, we've already written one of those emails. If we're going to use direct response, you're going to write a thank you and welcome email, and you want to give them access to the bribe that you've given them, and then you want to let them know that for the next 6 days or for the next 2 weeks or the next 6 lessons, emails are going to get. You want them to start looking for your email. You may even want to tell them to whitelist your email so that they get them, but you want to give them and make sure that you deliver on the bribe, right? So you want to have your link to the bribe in the thank you email. If you want to, of course, at the end in your signature, you can put a link there to the actual offer. But this is what you're doing, because remember, the objective here is to build a list. So you want to make sure that you keep your list engaged. Now, in the second email, or day 2, you want to present the problem and sympathize with them. And then you're also going to provide them a link to the offer. So the entire second email is going to be, you're going to outline your understanding of the problem. And in this particular case, we're talking about dating. We're talking about guys dating. We would spend a lot of time talking about what it's like not to be able to get a date, what it's like not to be able to talk to beautiful women in order to get them to give you their phone number. You are going to outline the problem, and you're going to sympathize with them, that you understand how it is. But by outlining everything that you understand the problem to be, you are creating rapport, and then you're creating believability. At the end, of course, you're going to provide a link to the offer. Now, the third email, you're going to present the solution, which in this case, we'd be presenting the Tao of Badass. And we're going to talk about, not about what's in the product. We're not going to talk about how many videos there are. We're not going to be talking about how many, how many ebooks or how many, what's in it, right? We're going to be talking about the Tao of Badass and how it's going to really change people's lives. How's it going to change their life? What is their life going to look like once they finish the course? So we're going to be talking strictly about benefits. Going to present the solution and talk strictly about benefits, and then of course we are going to provide the link to the offer. Okay, now in the fourth email, we're going to present some proof that what the solution is actually works. right? So we're not talking about social proof here. If we can get it, we want to get some facts and statistics, some verifiable data, third-party data, or anything that is scientific and that we can say maybe a survey or a poll, even if we have to take the poll ourselves, right? We want to give them some solid information that, hey, this kind of thing is the thing that works. It's universal, and we want people to feel like, okay, someone has really checked to see that this solution can work. It works in real life. And of course, then we also want to provide a link to the offer. Now that is the fourth email. So we've done the thank you note, we've presented the problem, we presented the solution, and now we're presenting proof, which would be the facts and any tips for success along with that. Now, in the fifth email, we're going to make a direct appeal to purchase the product. We are going to talk about the features here. So we're going to talk about what's in the product. We're going to talk about what they're going to get. And we're basically going to be saying everything that we talked about in the previous emails. We're going to be talking about how they're going to get those benefits. And this email, we're going to talk about how the product delivers these things. So if it's 15 emails or 15 videos, whatever the case is, we are going to outline this in a little bit of detail and then provide the link, right? So this email might be a little long that you're writing. You don't want it to be if it doesn't have to, but you are outlining, describing the product and how it's going to accomplish those things for the individual that's thinking about buying. And then the last email, we're going to present social proof. So we're going to present those who have had success with the product. So anyone that's had success using it, you want to get those testimonials and you want to have those in your email. And if possible, get real testimonials. Don't if you can, try to borrow the testimonials of people that are on your list, right? So you want to continually be asking them about testimonials and how a product has changed their lives, and because that is what you want to use in your sixth email. Now, all of these emails are going to be follow-up. They're going to get them automatically. As soon as they opt in, they're going to get all 6 of these emails. As I said, you can do them every day, do them every other day, or however you think your schedule is going to permit them to see the offer often enough. Okay, so once you've presented the social proof email with the testimonials, then you are, for the most part, you probably will have had the buyers that you're going to have. Now, you can always come back and re-offer this product if something changes, but once you've gone through those 6 emails, you can then move on to educating your list, right? And you can start using some PLR or some other things. You can start educating them on dating until you decide to offer them another product, and you want to start then looking out for other products to sell. Okay, so in the next email, in the next video, I'm going to show you how to go and get the information from the affiliate tools and then put it into GetResponse. We've done that with at least 1 emails, but we're going to talk about where that information is and how you're going to use it inside of GetResponse. Okay, so thanks, and I will see you in the next video.